Good evening if you're from Asia, good afternoon if you're from Europe. Right now we're going to have this race, the fifth race of the calendar of the APAC, which is actually Asian Pacific countries. They're all from these countries, the participants are ready. We have 12 races in this calendar, but this is the fifth race. After a very good start for the URL Grab, we are expecting something which is the same for him for this result. And tonight with me and this afternoon with me, I have Nico Mania. How are you, Nico, today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited for this race. As you said, fifth round here in Austria. Very short, quick circuit. So we'll probably be seeing a lot of close times as it's the shortest track on the calendar. So I think qualifying will be very close. And yeah, looking forward to it.
Exactly, as we have 18 minutes of qualifying, they need to be aware that these soft tires are going to have a little bit of degradation in this track. The weather is looking fine, and I'm not seeing any. But as we look around, most of the people that we have right now, they're going for soft tires. There's no one who's going to try to fit the mediums. Although it seems that Ashi is on medium tires, and also Dejano from the McLaren. How has it been this last two races? Because I wasn't here, but I saw that had 3 victories from 4 already. Yes.
Yeah, well, Ashley's teammate Cramp is leading the championship by quite a healthy margin, and as you rightfully said, he has won the last 2 races in Australia and France. So, of course, logically he'll be the favorite for today as well. But the man on a flying lap right now, Joseph, also very quick. Took pole last time out at Paul Ricard by over 7/10 of a second. Really dominant qualifying performance from him, but he dropped back in the race to P5 after some time penalties for track limits. So yeah, I'll be hoping to do a same performance here in qualifying and then staying out in front in the race as well. So as we're on board with him right now, he'll be the first one to set a lap time, I think.
Yes, I think he's going to be one of the first to set the lap time. We are seeing right now very good lap by Joseph Malai, which is 1:2.749. What time are we expecting to see the target lap time? I think 1:2 is already good enough for
it's a good banker for him. I think he posted a hot lap earlier today in which he did a 1:2.1, I think, in time trial. But of course, in qualifying, it's rarely if you see that someone, as he goes straight on in turn 3, bit of a weird in that, but yeah, I expect he'll be able to get into the low 2s, so still some time to find there in that lap from Joseph, but it's already a good banker as we see some more people getting their laps in now.
Yes, we're expecting to see one stop here, yes?
Yeah, if the race stays dry, I think most of the people will go for either a soft hard or maybe even a soft medium strategy depending on your tire wear.
So right now we're looking at also some drivers that are currently driving in this qualifying, 80 minutes of qualifying. As you said, it's one of the shortest tracks, as it seems that one of the Haas drivers just got a moment of tension over there. Some crucial turns we need to talk about also, Nico. I think first turn is the most crucial because you really can take off your trip limits over there, as it seems that another Alpha Tauri lost control over there. It's
Zungelmann,
BJ,
spun, I think.
415.
Oh yeah, you're right, sorry. I was spectating Zungelmann, who just came out of the same corner where BJ spun. So, but yeah, track limits is really tricky around here. And as you said, especially the first turn is very easy to invalidate your lap. So I suspect we'll be seeing a lot of drivers that will invalidate there, as we have a lot of traffic here for Zungelmann in the first sector.
Yes, it seems that some of our guys already posting very good laps.
And Zoomman has spun on the exit of turn 3, clipping the inside curb and lighting up his rear tires.
Yes, Zoomman. The Alpha Tauri doesn't seem that they have very good balance over here. Maybe they are running the same setup. I don't know if they have communication between them, but it seems that these drivers are finding it hard and struggling to finish a good lap, especially when you have those new tires on, because you need to make the best performance. But as we go along, and as you all know, the grip of the track will be much lighter. It will have a better, faster lap times. As we see that now, BPV8, it seems like he posted the second best lap time, but it's far from Joseph Eli. Joseph Eli, it seems that he did that banker lap with an awesome prediction of putting it first, I think.
Yeah, and I want to highlight out one person in special here today. The only Mercedes driver on the grid today, our very own league owner, participating today.
So Vivek is running around in this Mercedes. I never seen him driving, so it's my first time seeing him driving. Let's see what he's capable of posting as a good lap. Right now he's running on the soft tires, and he posted the fifth best lap time, 1.03.695. Not far from Taufik, not far from Nethammer, but definitely a little bit more far than Joseph Eli and BP.
Yeah, Joseph Eli right now 5/10 clear at the front of the field. We have quite a stacked grid today, 19 drivers. That's good to see, of course, the last 2 races. Maybe that was because you weren't there, but we had only 14 drivers, I think, in both races, so not the best of attendance, but right now today it's good to see that we have a nearly full grid again.
It seems that I bring some luck at least.
Exactly.
So right now, as you are seeing, this is the URL Racing, the APAC. You don't know what's APAC, it's the Asian Pacific countries. All the drivers must be from an Asian Pacific country. As we see that most of our drivers come from Australia, but we have also other drivers coming from Singapore and China as well, which are leading the championship right now. So if we take a look at laps, what is he doing? He didn't post any lap time so far. He's running 13th right now, and he already changed 2 tires. So it seems that like now he's gonna pit, change another tire.
As we see Cramp now, our championship leader, about to post his first competitive lap time of the day, as he gets it a bit mixed up at the exit of turn 9. As he was purple through the middle sector, but now only goes P10. But still a lot of time to find in that lap, of course, with that mistake in the final sector. So yeah, he leads the championship by 29 points over the Red Bull driver we were just talking about, Plebs. With I think BP still in P3, just ahead of Joseph, but I'm not sure about that.
Right now we're seeing also some other drivers posting some very important for these drivers to at least try to get a lap before the grip starts to come a little bit more. But
yeah, it's really important to get a good banker in, to have a sort of a reference for your laps later on.
And you don't need to block anyone, because it's a short track and traffic can affect really hard.
Yeah, especially
so,
with 19 cars
which
on track.
driver are you following?
I'm right now on board with Weirdo, but I don't think he is pushing at the moment, as he has his ERS deployment on 0. But he got P2 last time out in France, the Haas driver. Second podium of the season, so hoping to go one better today. But it will be a tough ask to do that, as the competition at the front of the field is very quick. with that 1:2.7 of Joseph still the time to beat. As there's a lot of traffic once again in the first sector with BP right behind the two Alfa Romeos, as he is on a push lap right now.
Good lap also. Very short track, but also one of the most that give us different challenges. You can either stay within the DRS zone. We have around 3 DRS zones over here in this track. In fact, this is one of them. Seeing right now, this is a corner where you need to take a little bit of risks, a little bit of lane braking. As Weirdo is doing his lap right now in his Haas. Gonna be his first official lap.
Oh, he runs wide.
Tires.
He ran wide at the end of sector 2 and invalidated his lap. That's a shame.
Unfortunately, he needs to wait a little bit more. He's going to pit now to get those new fresh tires.
Yeah.
So maybe let's take a look at what is Plevs doing, as Plevs is on another lap. It seems that Plevs is running really good right now.
Yeah, 44.0 in the middle sector.
Last corner.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Of course.
They need to be really aware about that the last corner, because if you take a little bit more wider than it's supposed to be, you will end up ruining that lap and the next lap.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So it is not that easy to put another lap on those soft tires now. He needs to change those tires, and I think that's the last set that we have on softs. So maybe now we're gonna see a run on the medium tires now. In fact, there's only one driver running on the medium. It's Dayano from the McLaren. The McLaren seems that they have the same pace as well. Although Dayano is on the mediums, Toddy Rumble is on a soft tire, but he's doing a 1:4.708. So a little bit of the pace for the McLaren drivers, but definitely Dayano, if he puts his car with soft tire in the top 10, would be a good strategy for him as well.
Yeah, as we see Ned Hammer now make it a racing point 1-2 on the grid for now, as he jumps ahead of BP with a 1:3.251, a couple of hundreds ahead of the Haas driver. So yeah, still 5/10 the gap between P1 and P2. As we see another driver on the mediums right now, he is currently in last place, and a new face on the grid, Honest Crook in the Renault, going for a flying lap on the yellow wall tires. 16.1 in the first sector. You're aiming for a sub 16 in that first sector, so slightly off the pace, but of course that may be due to that difference in tire. Medium, a bit less grip than the softs. As we have 4.5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Still a lot of quick drivers at the back half of the field, with the likes of Cramp, Weirdo and Plevs
all of our drivers seems that they're comfortable on the soft tires, but as we go along, there's one driver I'm focusing on. I don't know if he's gonna push that. There's another one, EJ445. Doesn't seem that he's comfortable on the setup that we have. How important is the setup over here? I think you need to have a little bit of downforce, but a lot of speed. Nico? I don't know if Nick is hearing me right now.
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How important is the setup over here? Because you need to have a little bit of downforce, but a lot of speed in those corners.
Of course. Well, as you said, 3 DRS zones, and from turn 1 to turn 4 it's mostly straight, so of course good straight line speed is required, but then that second sector is a bit more technical, so you also need that downforce, so it's a tricky balance to find, and of course a decision the driver has to make for themselves if they go for more top speed or more downforce. So yeah, setup is very important, as Ural Cramp now sets his first competitive lap time of the day, and he immediately goes into P2. We're 1-3-0.
Those racing points.
Yeah.
Going to be a tough battle but for him to overtake Joseph Eli, because he's still a little bit off the pace of Joseph Eli. It seems that the Racing Point are really ready and they are practicing much well in this championship. They need more points, of course, but they're earning really good also in the constructor. So it seems that these drivers now are getting very good between them as well.
Yeah, Racing Point looking very strong indeed, as Joseph put his Racing Point on pole last time out as well, and Ned Hammer last time out recovered from the back of the field after missing a large part of qualifying. He recovered to P6, so looking for a better qualifying session this time out to give him a real shot at a better result, as we are preparing now for the final runs, as we have just under 2 minutes on the clock.
Right now also, as we have around 2 minutes left, our drivers, they still can go out. Krem, it seems that he finished his laps of qualifying, as I don't think he have enough time.
As
There's
we have
also
Joseph on the lap now, sorry.
Joseph, yes, he's on a fresh softs. He's doing another hot lap. Right now he's in sector 1. That's sector 1. He took it a little bit slow, only 0.05 seconds. Not too much.
As Cramp
sector 2 is going to be better.
Won't go out again.
Retired, yes.
Yeah.
Cramp
Could you
retired.
invite?
He didn't have enough time.
Could you invite Anders Crew, the Renault driver?
Renault driver.
P16. P16, the other one.
Oh, P16. Okay. So it seems that Joseph Eli now he is 1/10 better on his lap time.
Yeah, nearly 2/10 up through that middle sector.
I think that the third sector can take it all for him and
Stays within the track limits. And that's a 1:2.4.
Better, 1.102.461 for Joseph Eli. Although Krem already retired, but it seems that we have other people who are doing their lap. Let's focus right now on BP. BP is running fourth right now with those soft tires.
Yeah, almost 3/10 up.
3.282.
Let's see if he can make it onto the front row. Oh, and that's a bit of a cut. That's unfortunate.
Cut the pit stop as well.
Yeah.
Let's check Plebs what is he doing. No, Plebs doesn't seem that he's running for another lap.
Weirdo is on a push lap, still in 19th place.
Not so common that we see him in the 19th place, but as he go along for the last corner, he did it, and it's P2 for
What
Weirdo.
the lap! Right at the end.
The grip from the track is much faster now, so our drivers are really benefiting from that, and they're taking the advantage. So it seems that all drivers now in their lap. Ned Hammer is on another lap. Fresh soft tires for him. Let's see if he can overtake the Weirdo, or maybe he gets closer also to Joseph Eli's time.
I don't think he'll be improving anymore, as he's in the gravel traps at the exit of turn 8. So
yes, it seems that he didn't improve it at all.
So I think that's it.
Yes, I think that's it. We have our pole position. Joseph Eli from the Racing Point. Second place is Weirdo. Third place we have Krem, who retired before ending the session. And we have Ned Hammer finishing on the second front row, which is Ned Hammer. I think it was a good qualifying between them, and they're still close. And now we need to see their racing pace as well, Nico.
Yeah, really great lap from Weirdo at the end there to go from P19 to P2. Really crucial there to keep it within the track limits and pull out that lap, but just under a tenth slower than Joseph, who gets his second pole position in a row, and yeah, he'll be hoping to convert that pole position into a win this time. So yeah, Cramp I think he still had some pace in him, but he just didn't have the time or the tires left for a final run. So yeah, he'll be starting in P3, our championship leader, next to Ned Hammer. And third row, BP and Plevs slotted into P6, ahead of the runner of Taufik and the Red Bull of Mille Gaines. I think that's a reserve as well.
It's good to have some reserves over here. They're trying to compete with these drivers. But as you see, pole position goes for Joseph Elai for the Racing Point, 102.451. 1/10 slower than him is Weirdo with that Haas. From 19th he pushed it to second place as he take it as well and didn't exceed any track limits for his last lap. But Ruar Kramp is starting third, although he's leading the champ. But definitely we need to see what our top 6 are going to do in the opening lap. It's very crucial to start this track because normally who's first doesn't have any advantage because they start on the right. But we will see how our drivers will go and what strategy will the other drivers from the 10th to 20th take to try also to start this race. It's going to be a one-stop race for most of the drivers, but definitely if you take the hard tire, it will be a little bit slower. So these drivers, they need to be really aware of all the strategies. We may see also some safety cars over here because it's very common to see a safety car in the Austria track. Yes.
Yeah, as cars will be very close, of course, on this short track. Chances for incidents are high, as we see that the start of the race at least will be in dry, clear, sunny conditions. So as you said, the top 10 will have to start on softs, and it will be interesting to see what the other 10 drivers outside of the top 10 will pick as their starting tires. Yeah, I think most of them will go for either the soft hard or a reverse strategy, starting on the hards and ending on the softs. But of course those drivers will know what the weather will be, and maybe we can look at...
So right now, as we look of the tires that they're going to start, in fact, from 11th position 20th, we have only 4 guys which are taking the softs, which is BJ, James Bruce. We have also Landet and Zayano, together with Rainy, 98, which are taking the soft tires. Then we have all the other drivers taking the soft tires from 1 to 10. It seems that it's going to be a little bit difficult for them, starting for the medium tires, to overtake a little bit in the beginning of the race. But the crucial thing and the most important part over here is the formation lap, as we are trying to see these drivers taking the best temperatures out of those tires. A little bit less of wear as well for the medium guys, but definitely for those who have softs right now, they're thinking about making a very solid 10 laps on or even more on those softs. Yes?
I think if you're aiming to go onto the hards, ideally you would be aiming at as the AWS graphic nicely pops up at the time we're speaking about it. You're aiming at around lap 12 to 13 to make your one and only pit stop onto the hard tires if you're starting on softs. Interestingly, a lot of people starting on mediums didn't expect to see that, as a medium hard strategy would be a lot slower than the soft hard. So maybe those on the mediums are either expecting some rain or are confident in their tire wear that they can take these mediums as long as they can to go onto a set of soft tires at the end of the race. So interesting strategies here. So no one on the hard tires at the start of the race, as the cars are now lining up onto the grid.
Yes, as we already told you before, a little bit of disadvantage who starts from the first position, as the first corner is on the right and the first position is on the left. But definitely Joseph Lai can carry down this first lap. Let's hope to see all the drivers racing clean as possible. But as we prepare for this race and we await for the lights to turn on, Justify starts in first, Weirdo starts in second. Third place we have URL Cramp. And fourth place we have Net Hammer. It seems that they are taking a little bit long to get ready. Let's
just checking if
check our drivers. Maybe they're stuck in the lobby. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
But we need to wait a little bit. Seems that they didn't join yet. Let me just remind you that this is the 5th race out of 12 calendar of the APAC, the Asian Pacific countries. Right now we're also featuring Vivek, who is the leader of URL, the main person who takes care of everything, with the help of Nico, especially, and other drivers, or other people, because they're not all drivers, yes?
Most of them are, but not all of them, as we're still stuck on the grids.
So we wait, okay, from the stewards to see what's gonna happen. As it seems that the race is stuck right now. It's very funny to see that person waving the green flag right now.
Yeah, unlimited stamina for that guy. He'll
definitely.
He'll have a very tired arm at the end of the race, but
definitely. Going through a little bit of the from the cars,
and I think I've been kicked from the